watching Global Gab. This is the show where we recap all of the world's top trending international news headlines. Join me today as we take a look at the headlines for the week of September 28th, 2015. Now, for those of you that have been following me, you know that I've been doing my trek across the USA. I arrived in Los Angeles this week, so today's Global Gab is coming to you from sunny Los Angeles. First up in the news, Putin launches an airstrike in Syria. The Russians went in and started bombing in areas of Syria. The Russians claiming to be targeting ISIS strongholds, including arms, transportation, and weaponry facilities. The thing that makes this story interesting, though, is that the U.S. is countering this, saying that the Russians appear to be bombing in areas where no ISIS stronghold is happening. And so we've got conflicting stories. The Russians saying they're in there to bomb ISIS, the U.S. saying that they're not. U.S. Defense Secretary Ash Carter actually was quoted saying that a result of this kind of action will inevitably simply be to inflame the ongoing civil war in Syria. Right now, Russia seems to not be backing down to Western demands to move out of the region. As of right now, it remains to be seen what exactly Russia's doing there. So this is something that we'll be keeping an eye on here at Global Gab. Also in the news, a deadly shooting on an Oregon campus. This has been all over the news this week. For those of you that, for whatever reason, may not have seen what had happened, there was a deadly shooting, 9 people dead and 20 people injured. The shooter was 20-year-old Chris Harper Mercer. He was said to have suffered mental illness, a known mental illness. He was also said, as of lately, to have exhibited frustration with his lack of ability to get a girlfriend, and also with Christians and Christianity. Again, results and data just coming in, news just coming in from what exactly prompted this hostility. He shot himself at the end, so, incredibly tragic. Not only is there a dead shooter, but there's also, everyone left in the wake. And taking it back, I know from my university days, college and university, is a place where you want to go, you want to grow as an individual, you want to learn, and it's a place of a lot of future ambition. And to have that snatched away is really tragic. In fact, visibly shaken, President Obama addressed his 15th public speech condoning gun violence and addressing stronger gun measures. This is something that has been dear and near to Obama. He expressed incredible frustration with Congress and their lack of being able to put some regulations in place to stop this sort of tragedy. So here at Global Gab, our prayers are with anyone that was affected by this tragedy. Lightening things up just a little bit, in sports news, the Toronto Blue Jays clinched their first AL Eastern Championship. This is the first one for them in 22 years. And for those of you that know, I'm Canadian, so I'm very partial to the Toronto Blue Jays. Go Blue Jays. The World Series is taking place over the coming weeks, and this is something we're going to keep an eye out. The Toronto Blue Jays have had a 2-month unstoppable winning streak. So I hope that they continue this and go home the winners at the end of this season. And our last Global Gab wildcard headline of the week, the wildcard is always my favorite, kid couch potatoes court long-term health risk. That was the headline. A new study came out and is telling us that even in children, a lack of mobility and inactivity can lead to a significant increase in cardiovascular risk later in life. What they're saying is that for every 30 minutes, you can sit for 20, but they recommend standing for 8 and then walking around for 2. So you don't have to walk and run and jump and play, but you do need to stand. Apparently that gets the artery in the thigh circulating blood and can lead to a 25% decrease in cardiovascular risk later in life. It said that kids today spend 60% of their waking hours inactive. Again, society's changing. Kids are playing on their iPads and their iPhones, and they're this and they're that. So we need to get them up and moving. At Global Gab, we're recommending getting your kids moving. It keeps them alert. It keeps them moving. It keeps them healthy. And it keeps them a little bit tired so they can actually go to bed at night. These were our headlines for the week of September 28, 2015. Join me next week as we recap again some of the top trending headlines that you might want to know about. I'm Katerina Cozias for Global Gap. I'll see you next week.